Welcome to the Beantown Bully podcast. I'm your host, Bosch, and let's get right into it. Now, there hasn't been a lot of gaming news that I care to talk about because, there's nothing. There's nothing I really care about. Nothing. But movie and TV news, that's where I'm gonna be spreading my bread and butter. All right, I'm gonna be buttering you up. I don't know why I got a little freaky, but yeah, Pacific Rim sequel. Now, that's what I'm talking about. I like the universe. They need to bring it back. Just give me more dumb robots. Transformers taking hiatus, or I haven't heard. Oh, actually, Transformers is not taking hiatus. Transformers is actually coming back with Shia LaBeouf and what's our American hero? Fuck his name. I can't remember his name right now. But the last guy who played Transformers, the main character. I guess they come in together to do a movie, which I wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't feel sad about. But I'm jumping around for no apparent reason. Pacific Rim, Transformers, kind of the same universe. First of all, crossover? Optimus Prime, Autobots, Decepticons, fighting kaiju? That's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. Yo, movie industry, I'm doing all the work for you already, dog. Like, just pay me. Just pay me. Like, what's happening right now? Just pay me the money. These ideas aren't gonna come. I'm giving you the best you can get. I don't know how we're gonna finagle that out, but you guys, I gave you the concept. Just run with it. Back to Pacific Rim. They did have the 2 movies. Then they had the TV show on Netflix, the anime TV show, and I was like, I kind of wanna. I feel like they need to really get to the nitty gritty of why it's happening. It's like a Mortal Kombat scenario, like gods are like pinning humans versus these kaijus and trying to take over. That would be good. Actually, it would be kind of, already done, but I don't know. Like, just the thing just happened willy-nilly. I think it needs to be a more grander things that are just popping up and people just started dying and these giant aliens just coming in. A little more grander. Maybe it needs to be someone is actually trying to fuck with the humans. Like fucking Raiden protecting Earthrealm, and then there's his brother, or is this his brother? Yeah, his brother in the movies, whatever. Is trying to take over. Maybe that's what they need to build it. I need some more world building instead of just, all right, we understand these. But here's the other problem. They're doing a prequel. Maybe I don't want that. Maybe I want a remake or a reimagining of the original story. Maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need to go back to the drawing board and develop like this whole universe so we can continue on making movies. Let's not put ourselves in a box like, okay, we already know the ending, blah, 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 blah. It's funny that I say that, but I feel like a lot of other movies should do that also. They should do that with Star Wars. They should go back and actually show you the first Jedi, the first Siths, how they became, blah, blah. They need to go all the way back. Fuck talking about, they can go all the way back or build a whole new universe. But Pacific Rim, specifically, I feel like, you know what? This has legs. I like the dumb fun aspect. Let's get it. The cool looking robots, the whole genre. There's not a lot of, I can't think of anything on top of my head that's actually playing in this realm of the whole, we're building up giant robots to fight. Like, I don't think there's anyone else doing that specifically, but that's where we need to be. World build it. Give us a, a better starting point than they just appear out of nowhere and we're just fighting for our lives. That would be great. In part two, the guy was taking his mind control and stuff like that. That's all cool and whatnot, but let's have an actual big bad. Let's know what the motives are. Let's figure this out. So I don't think they really went into details like where these aliens are coming from. Is it like halfway across the world? Is it a different dimension? Like, is it the multiverse theory? I haven't seen these movies in quite a while, so I don't remember off the top of my head. But I feel like there's something there. Do I want it to be with real people, a live action? Does it need to be animated? I don't know. But what I would like, if they go animated, 3D animation, the good 3D animation, like what the hell's that anime called? Shit, why am I forgetting everything? Hold on. Like Gantz, the Gantz latest movie, that was great. The animation was great. I fucks with it. They need that level animation. Is it gonna be actually is it gonna be a series? Is it gonna be a mini-series? I don't know how they want to do all that. But that's how they should go they should go down that line of thinking live action is okay, but I feel like 3D CG it's in a weird it's a weird space right now. Weird space. I kind of think that they should, I don't know. I haven't really watched a lot of sci-fi stuff, so I don't really recently. I haven't really watched a lot of sci-fi recently. I don't really know what they're capable of doing. I did see some glimpse of like, all right, this is great. This looks good, showing aliens like that. I don't know. Another movie, maybe it might do well as an actual TV show. Run into other aliens, I kind of want to fuck with the more sci-fi. Give us a little Battlestar Galactica type feel. Farscape. Fucking again, watching Farscape. The outfits will look crazy right now, but it's good, wholesome fun. I fucks with it. But we have the technology. The technology's good. We can extend that. Maybe it doesn't have to be like always giant robots, but then I think you'll be going into the Power Ranger type realm with, we gotta get our robots or VR troopers or Beetleborgs type thing, and then these guys just coming out of nowhere and being like, fuck it, we're just gonna run in and fucking blah 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 blah, like a Power Ranger type thing. So they gotta play it well. But I am excited to see how they complete this thing. And it's made by Legendary Entertainment, so I'm not too worried. They put out some quality stuff. I like the other ones. I like the animated one that was on Netflix. Don't get me wrong, it's not gonna win any awards, but it was good to watch. It's not one of my favorites, but it was a good watch. If they had another season, I would watch it. So I expect a lot from them. Alright, let's talk about Sleeping Dogs. There was a movie that was made. There wasn't a movie that was made. There's an idea of actually creating a movie for Sleeping Dogs. I kind of wanted, it's funny that they would go straight to Sleeping Dogs, but they couldn't really do true crimes because that's basically Fast and the Furious. But hey, I digress. But the Marvel star from Shang-Chi, in the Nine Rings, they're trying to make a Sleeping Dog movie. It's not a bad look for him. The original movie was supposed to star Donnie Yen, but they had a lot of, development hell. It went all over the place. I feel like this is a great look for him. I would accept Donnie Yen in it. I think anyone, like, the guy is hot fire right now. The guy is hot fire. This is a great look for him. Great look for Donnie Yen also. Show us some more of his acting job. I haven't seen a lot of his work. To be honest, I haven't seen a lot of his work. But I feel like this is a great choice. People want a continuation of Sleeping Dogs. Yes, they had the DLC. I don't know what happened to the true crime franchise. The Sleeping Dogs took over. And when I was also talking about, hey, we need to have a contender to Grand Theft Auto. Sleeping Dogs is one of them. Like, it doesn't have to be grandiose story. That story. It should be a great story, but it should be as grand as Grand Theft Auto. But that's what we should have. We should have another open world, lived in city type thing to compete with that. Now, let's go back to talking the movie. I know I jumped around to the game, but the movie itself, I feel like this is a win-win. Like, you don't need to get all crazy. Get the right actors. It's mostly gonna be a full Asian cast. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Full Asian cast shows and movies has been killing it. I think this is another one that just people are like, yeah, this one would work. I think it was Everything's Everything or Everyone, whatever, that one. There's Shang-Chi. I haven't watched that yet. I don't know if it's a full Asian cast. Fresh Off the Boat, Asian TV show. Yeah, this is just one that would just make sense. I'm surprised this was in development hell for so long. This is literally like a lob up. Like, you have everything. The story's already been told. You have everything you need. So what is the problem? That's the real question. What is the problem? Asian actors are setting their own lane. Full Asian cast movies are doing freaking ridiculously well. I shouldn't say ridiculous. They're doing well. When I say ridiculous well, it's like you didn't expect that. No. The talent that they have in these movies are freaking, they got generational talents in these movies. So, win-win. But here's the other thing you have to think about. Can they drop like 2 or 3 Asian movies? I'm not going a little into like this whole thing. Is that going to be accepted by the masses if they're dropping 2 to 3 Asian movies a year type joint, all Asian casts? Because we see what it is with black casts, black movies and stuff like that. We'll see. Movies that are made in India, like The Monkey Man. Is it Monkey Man? Yeah, I think it's The Monkey Man. I don't know what numbers that did. That was a full Indian cast. It was okay. Came off that whole John Wick type vibe and stuff like that. So, I know I moved off of the actual story, but now I'm thinking like, with how the movie industry is and how, let's just be honest, certain groups look at cast, this movie would do crazy numbers in Asia and get the Asia bag, get the China bag, do crazy numbers there. This will do great here also. I don't see a reason why, but that also makes me think like other movies with, black leads and stuff like that, they have to suppress the black actors in it on their promotions and stuff like that. They don't really get as much of a look over there. Again, that's their opinion. That's how they're gonna look at it and whatnot. That's, hey, you like what you like over there. With how crazy everything's happening here, DEI and shit like that, I'm not saying there's a real issue with DEI. I'm not saying there isn't. Is it necessary? That's a real question. Is it necessary to the degrees that they're making it? Are we making a bigger problem than what it is? Is that what we're doing? because these things were set already. I think it's just been shoved in people's faces repeatedly, and they're making people think that there were grand issues happening. And I'm like, if this was already technically all these things are already set, and someone's been reiterating it and getting certain group of people to, think like this is a new experience, stuff like that. But that's just what it is. For this specific movie, I think green light all the way. Get her done. I think it's gonna be a hit. I really hope it's gonna be a hit, but I think it just should be a hit regardless. Sleeping Dog's name, crazy. It rings bells out here in these streets. No one can say anything bad about the game. Storyline, well received. So translating that to the actual theaters and video shouldn't really be an issue. I'm surprised that people just didn't hop on this. Video game movies have been taking a turn, and they've been more accepted. They've been having better actors. People haven't been phoning this shit in. So if they can do that for literature movies and shit like that, I don't feel like there should be any issues. And plus, you're gonna get an all-star cast of Asian characters. So let's go. Like, it doesn't even make sense that this wouldn't be greenlit. It might make some people feel uneasy, like, oh, there's another movie with all Asian people. Cool, whatever, doesn't matter to me. Is the movie good or not? That's all I really care about. And I have been getting into my Asian movie bag when I can. I'm watching all types of ridiculousness coming out of there. Some type of, like, a man falls in love with a fox, blah blah blah. Then there's a demon fox, da da da. Then the demon falls in love with a human, da da. I'm in there. Sometimes I'm just in there. Was it Cyber Girl? One of my favorites. My wife is a gangster. Some of my favorites. 1, 2, and 3. My wife's a gangster. Some of my favorites, dog. I'm putting up numbers, dog. Something about this in these streets. It's funny though, when the Western side tries to do like their little movies with it, I think because with my wife's a gangster thing, and then they had like the mafia mom or mom boss or whatever it was that was copying my wife's a gangster. I was just like, this movie just disgusted me all together. What was the main difference is like they're both female leads. One's Asian, one's white. I think it's because the white lady they used in the movie, it didn't compute with me, because I feel like if they would have had like a brand new face in the character, most of the Asian guys, like I know a handful. I can say I know a handful of Asians in the movies that I'm watching, but the majority I don't know them by name. Again, horrible names, but most of them are new to me. They probably have like a bunch of titles underneath their belt, but they're new to me. That's what I think. We should stop trying to, with these concepts and things like that, we should build around newer draws, and then have, our older actors in the movie also. But I think we should show newer faces sometimes. Like, Denzel has been the guy for so long. Like, prop up somebody new. Prop up your son more. His choices in movies have been questionable. I think that his choices, literally, that last movie, The Creator, disliked that. But should prop up younger acts into these movies. I don't want the old acts to go away, but with franchises gonna have like 2 or 3 movies behind it, let's do something. Let's make me miss you. If we're gonna have like a household name, let's make me miss you and watch you just come back like they did with John Wick. Again, he was blackballed and all that stuff. Make me miss you. I know I went like a whole tangent right now from the whole Sleeping Dog thing, but with the Sleeping Dog thing, I think with just the new faces, they should sprinkle in some old favorites old favorites, like, you know, actors that we love throughout cinema history. You know, just like, oh yeah, I know that guy. That guy's familiar. Da, da, da. I like that, but I think it should prop up some newer faces in this movie. I want to see some new, fresh Asian actors in this movie. If you're gonna use other races too, cool. But I'm assuming this is all gonna be an Asian cast. In the game, did you actually? I don't remember if there were any other races in the game. Again, I beat it quite a while ago, so I don't really know. But prop up some new acts. Give them a starting point to jump off their career. I want to see some new acts. That's what I really want. Don't fucking put Aquafina in the shit. I mean, not forget about her. How about we don't put her in it and, you know, get some other people. Alright, moving on. Beyond Two Souls is getting a TV show. Elliot Page wants to make the movie or TV show, adapt into a TV show. He's using his, I guess, studio, Page Boy. Now, while hearing about it and thinking about it, I like the game. Are they gonna role swap? Is he gonna star in the movie also? And if he doesn't star in the movie, are they gonna switch the ghost to a female ghost in the movie? Or is he gonna play a female in the movie and keep it as is? Now, story-wise, pretty good. The fucked up choices that happen in the movie, I think they should keep it as is as a female character. And the male ghost, I think it should stay like that because the story makes way more sense instead of trying to gender swap the character. Now, you could do it, but I felt like the innocence of the girl going through, not really understanding how the world works, being taken advantage of in pretty much all aspects of her life, is a better story told if it's a female character than a male character, in my opinion. Remember, he played the character when he was a she at, you know, so killed it, loved the character. Ellen Page, I like pretty much everything Ellen Page has made. Like Hard Candy and shit like that. The video game, that shit hits. It hits. The game also giving you all the different endings, different decisions, stuff like that. I kind of would like, if they're going to go down this route, how many seasons is going to be, shit like that. You got to think about all these other things. But when they do conclude like the main storyline, if they give you branching paths, don't get too crazy, but give you like branching paths. Maybe that would be in like the fucking complete edition of when they drop the whole series, when it's finale and whatnot. They give you like commentary and stuff like that, but actually they've actually recorded the other storylines and shit like that, because you could make choices in the thing, and while making your choices, bad shit happened, good shit happened to you. So if they would do that, and again, if this is successful, they can bring on other movies in that same, other games in that same, maybe that same developer. Right now, I'm having a brain fart, I can't remember. Quantum Dreams, there we go. Quantum Dreams. They made the one with the robots. That deserves to be a movie, TV show. They're dropping cinema on us. Cinema. If they want to make that into an animated series like they did with the Cyberpunk thing, I would be okay with that. But the series for Beyond Two Souls, I kind of think I don't know if I want a live action. Live action's a very weird predicament. It did well. The technology's there now. Again, Elliot was in Umbrella Academy. That the animations on there and stuff like that, the CGI, that was pretty good for the most part. So I don't think it would be that difficult to do what they're trying to complete with that. But they got to be realistic with their budget. They have to know what they can stretch. I just don't want bad CG for this. The game is pretty good just the way it is. I just don't think or want them to drop something that's complete trash. Just like I was talking about the other movies earlier, the CGI, the practical effects, all that is very important. I don't want them to get the rights to this and then fuck it up. But again, Elliot Page is running with it, and we'll see what he does with it. I expect greatness for the simple fact is the story is already set in stone and it's already done. Any changes they make after that fact would just be their own interpretation of the story or whatnot, putting their own spin on it. If they want to do shot for shot for the video game, I'm not mad at them. Most people are not going to do that, but I'm not mad at them. But I do think the story, the way it's written, works a lot better if the character is a female lead. Let's see if they change that because, Elliot Page used to be Ellen Page. So if they change that character or in that role to a man, I don't really want that. Is he gonna dress up as a female in the movie? I don't think that should happen. I think it should keep it a female actor, and the female actor should be give someone new some shine. This would be the perfect time for Elliot Page to pluck someone out and give them the keys to this franchise, or this story, and launch someone's career. Since the movie and whatnot, I don't know if it's. I would say that the story is niche, the game is niche or whatnot. It sold numbers. It made numbers. But I think it's the perfect time to get an unknown upstart and then run with it. Do some real crazy shit, and then we can all enjoy it. That's what I think. And I can't hate on that. That just makes logical sense in my mind. This makes logical sense. And this was, when I was thinking about it, when I was hearing about it, I was like, I had a bunch of questions. But I really came down to the decision like, hey, this needs to be a female main character. That's pretty much all I have to say. Once I said that was pretty much it. It's pretty much it. With that, it is what it is at that point. I expect greatness. I should say I expect greatness. I expect this movie to be good. I expect it to be watchable. Don't get weird on me. This will be the perfect time to get a new, fresh face in the industry. Again, we're having some new faces, at least new to me, that I'm seeing in the DC universe and stuff like that. With the new Superman, there's some new faces in there and whatnot. People I haven't been checking for or even know about. This is the perfect time. I want you guys to thrust some new faces. I like the old. This has been pretty much my whole thing throughout all these topics. Fresh new faces. Have the seasoned vets in the movie to help, stabilize, get us some real star power and stuff like that, and help, get more freaking asses to the movie theaters or people that view the content. I don't want to push our old actors out to pasture, but I don't want us to rely on the same, action heroes. Let's talk about action heroes. Who's an action hero now? Since I'm on this little fucking tirade right now, who's an action hero? You had fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. You had Sylvester Stallone. You have Jason Statham. They had fucking Neil Leeson, the guy who did Taken. So there's not a lot of them. Well, you can probably throw Vin Diesel in there. You can throw The Rock in there, but I don't know, man. They're trying to bring up that the black guy from Rebel Bridge. I haven't watched that movie, which I need to watch. So we'll see. Let's give the youths some more eyes. Again, I don't want to push our older actors to pasture, but I want to see some of these movies and stuff like that. They're gonna have 3 or 4 movies. Some of these guys, these actors are up there, and if we're gonna have action roles and stuff like that, let's use the people who's more youthful. That if the movie doesn't come out in the next 5 years, that they can be like, all right, and still be in good enough shape, healthy wise, stuff like that. Let's think about all that, and let's actually put enough other fresh faces in the movie that if a pivot needs to happen, so let's say if a pivot needs to happen, we can pivot in the movie and shit will still go. That's pretty much it. I talked what I talked about. Thank you for listening, and I'm your host, Basha. Thank you for listening to the Beantown Bully podcast, and I'm out.